Happy Tuesday. It is September 19th. We're back for another edition of Ascend Live, LinkedIn Live, Facebook Live. And today we are focusing on the consulting industry. Also, if you're a financial service provider, insurance agent, all this would work for you. But we're talking today about how to add 1 to 2 new clients a month, given your super busy schedule. We know it's hard. I've talked to many consultants out there, and you have a book of business that you're managing. It is difficult to add any more time to your plate to find new prospects and more clients, but you want them. You want at least one if you could. And we're going to break down today how you can do this systematically within just a matter of minutes a day. And you're going to love this. So take some notes. If you want any of the scripts or any of the freebies we mentioned in this live, message us. We'll send those to you. Enjoy. Okay, we're gonna go. So thanks for tuning in. It's Tuesday the 19th, and we are flying through September. So we do these every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, sometimes just Tuesday, Thursday. But we've been talking a lot now for the last couple weeks in September around different things regarding client acquisition, business development, digital marketing, lead generation, all of those things, and really just tactics and strategies that you can think of and use today, right out of this, that you can put to work and make something happen for you. So we're going to focus a little bit more narrow today, and we get a lot of consulting companies or consultants that come listen to this, and so we built this. This can be applied to other businesses for sure, but this will definitely resonate if you are in the consulting industry. We're going to talk about how to add a couple clients a month to your book of business every month without, doing too much extra work, because we know that that's a thing, right? Consultants today, even I would say financial advisors also fit in this bucket. A lot of folks have a fairly robust book of business, and it requires a fair amount of work to keep that up, right? Whether that's in-person events, networking, client meals, just hours servicing your current book. There's a lot of energy and time that goes into that. However, at the end of the day, there's not a single person that I've met or talked to that wouldn't take a couple more clients right now, right? You always are looking for another new source of revenue. Some clients stay on for a long time, some do not. But if you're trying to grow your company and or your own personal book, you always have to have in front of you a plan for the next client. Where is that coming from? Where is that next book of business, revenue, income for you? Where is that coming from? And so the biggest challenge that we hear all the time when we talk about this is you just don't have a lot of time. You with consultants that we meet and speak with regularly, or even life insurance, financial advisors, those types of folks, there just isn't a lot of extra time that you can think of to carve out in your day or in your week to grow consistently more leads, more sales calls, book business. It's just a lot of work to do that. That's why you got salespeople out there that might be doing this for you guys right now, or you might even have some marketers or branded business development people on your teams that can help you with this. But if you don't have that, and it's just you, or it's a small team, and you have a finite amount of resources, I want to just go through some very, very, as you know me, very practical things you can do that work. That if you just put a little bit of organization and systems around this is going to work for you. And it doesn't take much. It's what you'll find is you have to have a system that you can measure. You have to have consistency when you do this. And it's just like working out. We're going to the gym or following a diet. If you just keep at this day in, day out, you're going to get somewhere, right? You won't not get advancement, right? You won't not progress if you just do this on a regular basis. So that's what I want to get into today is what are some practical things that you can do that are easy. Like this is not something that's outside your purview or your skill set. You might need to refine some things, which we'll get into. I might help you advance or develop your skill set today, but there's nothing that we're going to talk about that you can't do. And by the way, as we get into this, I have the goodies. We offer it every time. I'm going to give out today a cold call script for you to use with your prospects. It's customized. You can use it and tailor it to you. I can even, and this is a little, extra freebie, but for real, we're here to add value on these lives. So if you want to hear actually what it sounds like an actual recording of what a good pitch cold call for your custom business sounds like, I will make one for you and then give it to you. How about that? So if you want the script, if you want to hear what a good cold call intro sounds like, it's probably not what you think it is. And it's going to feel, it'll probably sound and feel really reassuring for you that you're like, I could do that. Good, because that's what I want you to feel if you ever have to call and get new business or prospect, or even cold call, by the way, also includes, not just people that don't know you. It does include people that do know you too. That is still cold calling, right? Some people just think cold calling is for people that don't know you at all. No, it's for anybody that isn't really expecting your call. So that could be people that you know too, including your clients or your book of business, which we're going to get into. So if you want that script and you want the extra recording of a version of it that you could learn from and ideate from, just message me and I will be happy to send that to you today. If you've been on live recordings with us before, this month we've given away a lot of free stuff. They're all still available, and I'll just run through them really quickly because they're really, really good. But if you want to have 21 different tactics to build up your lead pipeline right now, things you could do by yourself within a 30 to 45 minute window, all 21 ways. Each one of them works by itself, but you could stack them and add more. You'll get at least 50 to 100 leads from that. I guarantee you, if you just follow the exercise. It's really, really good. So message me if you want that. We have scripts too for deal revivals. So if your deal is dead or it's stalled out, you're getting ghosted, no one's answering your follow-ups, you want people to answer you for once, send me an email or a note. I'll send you some really good scripts that will get people to answer you and get back to you on follow-up if you're in that situation. So without further ado, let's get into this. What are 5 things you can do today, this week, that can start helping you get in a place where you can land another 1 to 2 clients a month every single month? The first place we're going to look is you always go warm to cold with it. Whenever you think about business development, prospecting, new business, go to your open doors first. Let's start with the warm stuff, the best stuff, because that's you got to go there first. You go where your greatest source of momentum is right now. Any place you put in energy, momentum, you got wins going on over there, some results happening, even in the last day, last week, last month, even 2 months. Tap into those first. Tap into those people. So what am I talking about? Let's start with your current book of business, guys. If you're servicing companies and there's other people other departments, other units in those companies that could benefit from you, let's start right there. I mean, there is definitely more business there, especially if you service big accounts. You guys know what I'm talking about. You probably do that already, but these are refresher tips too, right? So let's go there. If you work with and ask your client, how do you know? They might have things that they haven't told you that they're thinking about, and they never even thought to think of you for this. So ask your client, hey, and by the way, if this is a really good time to do this is on Fridays. Have these conversations on late Thursday, but even better on Fridays. Fridays, people are in a great mood. It's the weekend. They're happy. It's the happiest day of the week. So you want to get someone in a good mood? Ask this question and conversation on a Friday. Call your clients up. I used to do this all the time in the field. I would visit my clients every Friday on purpose. I would get more business on Fridays than any day of the week by visiting my current clients. I would get repeat business from my current clients every time when I go see them on Fridays, especially the bigger accounts. So, but if you can't see them, call them, talk to them, email them at a last resort. But you really want to talk to them, call them up, and ask them, hey, really enjoy what we're doing here. We got a lot that we're focused on with you. We're in the trenches executing right now on a bunch of things that you're aware of. However, just wanted to ask, is there anything else that's been on your mind, in the last week or two as you guys talk about growing the company, starting new initiatives, or if you have teammates that are challenged with particular problems, anything top of mind for you that you're looking for some extra help on? Because there might be some other things that you don't even know that we can do that we might be able to help you with. And I just thought it'd be good to reach out and ask that question to you. What do you think? Have that conversation. You'd be surprised what could come from that. And guess what? The worst thing that can happen is they say nothing. There is no need. There's nothing there. Hey, at least you asked. How many times have you asked that question at all to your clients this year? If you haven't, let's start doing that. Watch what happens. So do that first. Here's the other thing. Number 2, most consultants, financial advisors, professional service folks that have a book of business that they're managing are not the most, apt to do their own digital marketing or putting stuff out there, posting on social media. I get it. It's not your thing. It may not be fun either for you. It might be daunting for you. But, and I talk about this every day, every time, if you want more leads and you want more people to know about you, you have to have good content marketing. I'm not talking about the stuff that your corporate marketing team is maybe doing for you right now. Not to knock it, sometimes, but a lot of times it's just not that good, right? It's stale. It's not exciting. It doesn't jump off the page. No one's talking about it. That's not the kind of marketing that I want for you. And you probably don't want that either. No, I mean, it can help, but I'm not talking about that. What I'm talking about is content marketing that people want. So what do I mean? What do people want today? They want experiential content, stuff that they can grab and go with, kind of like what we're doing right now. Tips, tactics, strategies, things they need to be thinking about, stories of what's going on that they can relate to. Anything that they can look at, see, feel, hear, touch, and experience your brand, understand ways you help people and the problems that you solve and what the outcomes you get them. They need to experience that on their own time. And this is going to happen before they start talking to you as a potential prospect. So how do you do this? If you're not a marketer and you don't know what to do, it's really easy. The best kind of marketing you could do for yourself that is going to be better than anything your corporate marketing team comes up with, I guarantee it, is you. You are the thought leader. You are the expert. You are on the front lines talking to the industry, talking to clients, talking to people every day. You know what's going on in the marketplace. You have things to talk about, and you have a perspective and an opinion that matters, that people want to hear more from. When's the last time you've shared your point of view on the market and the business with your potential prospects? Your own personal point of view. When's the last time? This is the stuff. I'm sipping tea. It's cold here in New Jersey today. This is what I'm talking about. So I want you to write. This is a homework for you. Spend an hour a month. Not that much time, guys. 1 hour a month. Block it out. Do it on a Sunday or a Saturday if you have to, or late at night, or whenever you feel creative. All you need to do is write 8 to 10 posts, 8 to 10 LinkedIn, Facebook posts that are short form to mid form long content wise. And all I want you to do is try a couple different things out. I want you to try this out with copy, just text, plain text. And I want you to try this out with a video. I know that might not be comfortable for you, but video does help, especially self-made videos. The algorithm likes that, especially on LinkedIn. Give it a try. You'll see. But here's what I want you to do. I want you to, like, just even in the last week or two, what kinds of experiences did you run into in your business with clients? What were the situations, problems, challenges that your clients have right now that they're going through that you're helping them with? And I want you to tell that story. You don't have to use their name. You don't have to, I mean, you can make this such a bland story of a type of a company so that your clients, that you don't have to sign confidentiality agreements or anything. We're not getting in the weeds with private data. We're just telling a story of a generic story of a client that here's the problem they had, here's the challenges they're going through right now, and here's things that we're talking with them about to help them, and here's what's going on. Tell that story. Write it out. Get 8 to 10 of those stories. That is your content. People need to see, hear, feel, touch how your brand operates in the marketplace. The best way to do that, guys, is tell your story with real examples. It's not hard. It's actually the best content you could possibly make for your own business. So just write that out. Tell the story. I mean, don't be long-winded either, right? People got to read it and move on. But like, tell the story so like the challenge really comes out up top right away of like what this company was going through, and here's what they did about it. And then you lay out what happened, and a call to action. Okay. Call to action. Always want that in your copy. And you don't always, it doesn't always have to be, hey, message me if you want to book a call and, talk sales. No, like, hey, if you want to hear more about stories like this, or hey, if you want to network and see what we can do for you, message me. Or in a lot of cases, a call to action could be too, like, hey, does this story resonate with you? Let me know below in the comments. Just invite people to engage on your own story. Because what you want is to have that story resonate, which it will. If you have an audience, if you have people you're connected to on LinkedIn that you want to work with, or eventually work with prospectively, they'll see this. They'll see that content. And if it's for them, you have a much more likelihood of getting engagement and actual traction on your LinkedIn profile with that kind of stuff than just sharing random content or random good feel stories that don't mean anything to your brand. Watch this. I'm going to do it right now. I had a conversation with my client last week about this. They're actually really, really good thought leaders that help fast growing companies. They're really, really good at what they do. And I'm going through their LinkedIn feeds and looking at all the content that they put out there. And 95% of it is shared content of somebody else's stuff and it's all good feel stuff. That's all it is. It's just good feels. It's fun. It's, it's good thumb scroll stuff. And I'm like, guys, I love you. You're amazing people, but there is no content on your feed that helps people know who you are and what you do and how you help and the kinds of people that you work with. There is none, zero. So how do you expect your social media to help you when there's nothing relevant on their page? And they didn't have an answer because they don't have an answer. That's okay. That's why I shared with them, like, hey, it's real easy, guys. Because they were just telling me before I said that, they were just telling me, hey, we just got off this client call and here's the things that we were dealing with over there. I'm like, that right there is your content. People need to see that. Put it on video, put it on text, put it in an email, all of it, get it out. So I spent a little bit of time on this point, guys, because it's so important, but gotta have good, relevant content marketing, or don't even market yourself. Just don't even do it. It's not, and you're wasting time. Don't spend time on and putting your logo in a booklet somewhere or whatever. Like, get meaningful content out there, guys, and show yourself. You guys know your business. So, whew, can you tell I'm passionate about that one? A little bit. Okay, that's number 2. 8 to 10 posts. Do it in an hour. You're good for the month. Post 2 posts a week. You don't need to do it every day. 2 posts a week on LinkedIn, you're good. I want to see it. I'm going to check in on you. Number 3, target list. Target list. So, all right, let's be smart about this, right? You got to book a business. You got clients that you're servicing right now. What kind of company are they? What industry are they in? What size company? What demographic are they in? What kind of revenue, number of employees, whatever the slices of the pie we can create a persona with. And then who are their competitors? Let's go after their competitors. You're servicing them. Can't you service their competitors basically the same way? Easiest place to go target, because you already know that business. You already know the talk tracks. You already know the pains, the problems, the challenges, things that are going on in the company. Guarantee you most of that's relevant to the guy next door in the same business. So let's go there next. Write down a list. If it's a local market, regional, national, doesn't matter. Let's get a top 10, top 20, top 50 list of companies that are competitors to that client. And that competitor may be in a different market, may not be directly competing with that business. So if you have any non-compete issues or anything like that, we're going to avoid that with this. But like companies, let's go target them. It's such an easy conversation, right? You can call any of those target companies up, especially with the cold call script that I'm going to give you if you want it today, and introduce yourself and say, hey, I'm James from Ascend. We work with companies just like you right now, and we're dealing with these kinds of problems, and these are the outcomes that they want to have. Does that resonate with you? Would you be open to some ideas of how we could help your company? That's it. Not everyone's going to say yes to that, but some will. Because if you can help companies just like us, and you just articulated the problems, pains, challenges, and things that we want without me telling you, because you know our business, because you're servicing companies just like ours, boom. There's some leads for you. There's some meetings for you. It's going to be easy for you to service those guys because you're already doing it. So build a list of 50 companies that are like your current clients. And I told you in the post today, we're not becoming full-time salespeople here, guys. This is super fractional stuff. So all we got to do is spend no more then 5 hours total in a week. Total. Like you could do this in 2 to 3 hours if you're efficient in a week. You don't have to spend every day doing this. You don't have time anyways, and you won't. So I'm making this easy for you. Like if you just, for example, carved out 45 minutes a day, I would recommend doing daily stuff if you can, just because it builds momentum and consistency and confidence in yourself. When you do something every day consistently, it just feels better than trying to do it once a week and pick it up. And then if you do it once a week, which I wouldn't recommend doing, it's going to feel like a big daunting task. And that's why you kick the can down the road and you don't do it as it is today. So you got to do it relatively almost every day if you want this to work. But we're only talking about 30 to 45 minutes. So 30 to 45 minutes a day, you get those 50 companies, and we can go on LinkedIn and see who's there. It's really easy. LinkedIn tells you who's at these companies. We know exactly who we're looking for to target. You guys know that. I don't have to teach you that, but I can if you want. But you guys know who to look for in these companies that you want to work with. Get their names. And then guess what? Google their website. Go to their website, get their main phone number, call their main phone number, ask for that person. The receptionist will direct to them. And again, I will show you how to do this. I did a live training on this yesterday. Not here, but somewhere else. Did a live training on cold calling right into a main line. Stuff works, guys. You're gonna get people, you're gonna get information, you're gonna get their email address, you're gonna get names of how to get in front of this person. You're gonna get all sorts of when they're available, all this stuff. You need that. But we're gonna target these 50 companies methodically. You can call 10 people a day. How long does it take to call 10 people in a day? It'll take you 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes. You're good. Call 10 people a day on this list. Call them, email them, connect with them on LinkedIn. Do this every day. Do this for 1 month, for 30 days, and watch what happens to the momentum in your prospecting. And you only spend a few hours a week doing it. But what we're doing is laying the groundwork for getting a couple really good meetings that are going to be quality. They're going to be fast tracked because you know exactly what to talk about, exactly who to have that conversation with, and you're going to have some really good pipeline for your business, for your clients that you're going to start adding on a monthly basis. So it starts with that, though. It starts with doing that groundwork, right? And if you don't know what to say or how to say it, that's why we do these lives. I teach people what to say, how to say it, when to say it, and it works. So, but that's your target list, right? So get your target list of 50, then build out your prospecting plan. You're just going to do an email, a call, and a LinkedIn to these folks, and have a cadence. If you don't have a sales cadence, if you don't know what that is, all that is just a layered set of activities that you want to do over the course of 2 to 4 weeks with a prospect that you're trying to get in front of. And you can't like bum rush people and do everything obviously in one day and then do it every day. You'll be annoying and no one will want to take your call or ignore you. But if we layer our outreach over the course of a couple weeks with emails here, LinkedIn there, calls over there, and also offer up some value in our outreach. It's not always to ask for a meeting, but it's to just provide value and brand positioning so people know what it is that you do and how you help, and then it's relevant to them. And at the end of the day, we just want to know, hey, now that you know who we are you in the market for something like this right now? And are you open to a conversation? We're not talking about signing a deal. We're just looking to see if you're open to a conversation about it today. You may not be. You may not want to talk about it. You may be good and you're not even looking. You want to spend time. That's fine. But there's going to be people on that target list, I guarantee you, that are open to a conversation that would gladly welcome a discovery call with you guys. That's what you want. That's the goal. All right. So I had call and emails 4. So we're through 4. 5. Easiest place to get business the fastest. You guys already know this. It's why a lot of people teach this in the insurance financial space, because this is what they lead with. But it's a thing. Referrals. Who can refer you? Who can get you introductions? We need to track this stuff, guys. If we want to be good and efficient, we got to track our relationships. Like, who's your top relationships that you can call on a whim and they like you enough to help you? Now, who are those people? Who are those people that understand your business and maybe have worked with you before? Maybe they work with you now. Or maybe they just know of people in their own set of network that they could help you with. But when we ask for referrals, some people make the mistake of doing this wrong. We don't want to just ask for, like, hey, do you know anyone that could be a good prospect for you? That it's hard when you ask. If you've ever thought about it this way, when someone's asked you that, like, hey, do you know anyone that could be a good prospect for us? Do you think of anyone, like, off the top of your head quickly? Most of the time, probably not, right? Like, it's a vague question. That's why it's hard. But if you gave your circles of reference, your connections, people that could help you, if you gave them a little bit more criteria on what it is that you're looking for, it might be a lot easier then for them to help you. So this kind of goes back into number 2 with your content marketing. But instead of just saying, like, hey, do you know any, like, this kind of company or this kind of thing in your business or in your relationships, get more specific than that. Talk about situations. Hey, do you know anyone that you've talked to in the last month or so? Any business owners or executives that are facing these kinds of challenges? Challenge 1, challenge 2, or challenge 3? Has any of that come up in your conversations? Because if it has, those are the kinds of people that we want to talk with. And would you be open to just sending an email where you could say, hey, I just spoke with James today, and it just came to mind that you guys should probably meet. I know that you were talking about looking at this challenge in your business and looking through some ideas there. James could help you with that. I'll leave it to you guys to connect, but just wanted to make the introduction. Boom. Now you just gave them the email script and who to think about. And it's going to be way easier for them to just make that happen for you real quick. When you ask someone just for a referral and there's no context, and then there's no, like, direct action to take quickly, they're going to get busy. They're going to get bogged down. The gesture of being nice and reciprocity goes away just because of time, and they get caught up in stuff. So you want to drive this more with that. If you're going to do that, you want to drive it like that, and just knock it out in 5 minutes. If you get someone on the phone, literally ask them if they'd be able to do that, in the next hour, so that, or within the day, if they can get to it. And that's not being too needy. It's just it's helping them too, because if they say yes and they agree to do it, help them just get it over with and get it done. And even tell them what you want it to say, because that helps them too. Now they don't have to think of what to write up. If you have something specific, even better, email them real quick and say, hey, something like this would be great if you could just send that. And it just makes it easier for them to get that email out for you with the introduction. So it's a little nuanced there, guys, but that help will help make that channel of referral driving leads for you much more effective, much more ROI. And you'll get more out of that if you do it that way. So So there's 5 things that we just went through that could get you 1 to 2 clients every month doing this for 3 to 5 hours a week. If you just systemize it out and just do this, it will work. And if it doesn't work, tell me, because I'll be shocked and we'll figure out why. But seriously, I know you're busy. You guys are taking 20 minutes, 30 minutes out of today to listen to this. So thank you for that. If you have any value that you took from it, I'd love to hear from you. We'll be back. It's a busy week for us this week. So this might be the only one we do. We might do one tomorrow. We just got a lot going on over here to send this week. So, but we wanted to hit up the consulting industry today and talk about this because it's a really big deal. Even in the financial advisory insurance space, this is a huge deal. People struggle with net new acquisition all the time. And the biggest reason why is it's just, there's not practical systems in place for the individual to take that they can feel comfortable with doing in their daily rhythm. This will work. 30 to 45 minutes, work through these 5 things. There's no way you don't get traction and more opportunities coming your way soon. So thanks so much, guys. Have a great week. If you need something from us, if you want to take us up on any of those freebies, message us. We'll send them over to you. See you next time.